are at Emerald Lake, about 60 kilometers north of Prince George. We finally moved out of Williams Lake. We're on our way back to Ontario, and this is our first day on the road. Yeah, not too bad of a spot. It's actually got a flat tent pad, which is a little more fancy than what we're used to. We have all of our worldly possessions in the Jeep. That's all we have with us. And our cat, Cheryl, is currently taking Kitty for a little walk up the side of the hill there just to get out, and she's been cooped up in the Jeep for about 4 hours, so just letting her out and letting her have a walk. Ooh, mosquitoes. Yay. Cool news. The fire ban has been lifted for the Prince George fire zone. That was lifted yesterday at noon, so we're allowed to have a fire here. Unfortunately, for the rest of BC, still not looking so good with the fire situation. We've had cell service the whole way, so I've been checking up on the fires and the weather and, you know, the bans and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm probably gonna get out my bug spray first, and then get the tent set up and see about getting something going for supper. Look who's hiding in the Jeep. So Cheryl just went for a walk to go look at the lake. Our plan for this evening, we had some frozen meatballs left over in the freezer. So when we took off, we threw them in a cooler. Thought maybe they would thaw out enough. Oh, they're still frozen. So maybe tomorrow. Instead, I guess tonight, it's gonna be noodle pack. It's quite a bit different than meatballs. Oh well. What do you do?
It's rust in the bottom.
Rust?
Yeah.
It's titanium, it shouldn't rust.
It's from that.
Oh. That won't hurt you. That won't hurt you. Just a little bit of extra iron. Okay, no meatballs, but it's noodle time. So we picked this place because we had to wait for our apartment inspection at like 1 o'clock. So this is about as far as we thought we'd get before it got dark, which was a good plan. But I realized I only planned to get this far. So I have no idea where we're going tomorrow. Except we're still trying to get to Ontario, obviously. That's our destination. So I'm gonna have to take out the old map book and see if I can figure out where we're gonna be staying tomorrow night. When we leave here, we'll be heading toward Dawson Creek, close to the Alberta border. Well, it's getting pretty dark. We're not gonna stay up too much longer. I think we're gonna head to bed. We decided to just not have a campfire since we couldn't cook the meatballs because they were still frozen. Looking at the maps, we think we can actually get out of BC tomorrow through Dawson Creek and head on into Alberta. We're still not quite sure where we're going to stop. We'll just have to see how far we can get and find a place to camp. Adventure. Well, it's morning of day 2. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning. Made a couple of quick coffees. Cheryl's picking away at some of her tent. Just packing down. Not going to stick around for very long. We're just going to get on the road and start moving. And hopefully end up somewhere in Alberta at some point today. Pretty nice morning. The weather's pretty good. It seems like it's going to get hot today, but at least we have air conditioning in the Jeep. So for anybody that likes wild edibles, this campsite is surrounded by blueberries and those little red berries that crunch in the middle. And there's a bunch of fireweed around too, so it's quite a little crop of edible stuff just in this little area right next to our campsite. After passing through Dawson Creek, we are finally leaving BC.
Bye-bye, BC.
Bye-bye, BC.
Hello, Alberta.
Hello, Alberta. Temporarily. Hopefully it won't be like, 11 years like it was in BC.
No, I don't think I could do 11 years in Alberta.
It was a pretty good 11 years in BC, though.
Yeah, I have some good memories.
Time for something different.
Yeah.
Well, we've made it to Fowler, Alberta. At least I think that's how they say it. It's pretty much a straight drive due east of Dawson Creek on Highway 49. It's pretty flat. We've camped up in a municipal campground. It's not normally the kind of stuff that you would see in our YouTube videos, but we're driving all the way across the country, so we have to take what we can get. There's a nice grain elevator behind us. That's different.
And the highway.
And the highway is just over there. But we got a shady spot. It's nice and flat for the tents. Kitty is currently underneath my sleeping pad in my tent. The fire pit is also really cool. It has like the coolest little contraption on it I have ever seen, and I wish every fire pit had this. Anyway, no real big plans for tonight. I might try and get some videos going on the laptop. What I film on, I need to actually process in a special way before I can edit them or do anything with them. So I might get those processing. Depending, we might have a fire, we might not. We're still waiting to see what the firewood situation is. The campground caretaker is currently not here. We self-registered. But we'll find out, hopefully. And yeah, I guess just hanging out, chilling, enjoying the views of the grain elevator. Well, it doesn't appear that we are going to be having a fire. That's okay though. Look at the colors in the sky. Isn't that beautiful? Totally awesome. Anyway, we're gonna just hang out at the picnic table for a little while and go to bed and see where we end up tomorrow. Alright, we are on the road again, heading towards High Prairie, Alberta. We've kind of left the farms behind for now. It's nice and forested, actually. A couple of little swamps. Oh wait, there's a field. Lots of fields. Oh, and a stop sign. Not on the dirt road, no.
Okay.
Ooh, there's a traffic. One traffic. How do you think we're doing so far?
We're doing awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah, this is wicked.
Cool.
Yeah. Kitty's doing great too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She is. She's being very quiet. Not so much meowing. She slept in the tent with me last night. That was pretty cool.
Yep.
Anyways, onward ho.
Cross Canada Kitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're still in Alberta. We are on our way to Lac La Biche. And then, depending on the time, maybe onwards to Cold Lake, which will get us up close to the Saskatchewan border. You can see forever when you crest one of these like little rolling hills. It just goes on and on and on, straight and on. If anything exciting happens, I'll film. Otherwise, it's just straight. Alright, we're rolling into Cold Lake, Alberta. We are going to stay here tonight. I think we're actually going to look for a pet-friendly motel so we can like have a shower and I can charge my batteries and laptop and stuff like that. First, Cheryl said she's getting hungry, so maybe we should find food.
Yeah. Food.
Yeah. Alright, we'll check in a bit. Well, as you can see, we are not camping tonight. We've gotten a little motel room. Nothing super fancy, but it gets us a shower and some TV and some free Wi-Fi. And I can charge my stuff. Woohoo! Cheryl is just out getting some food, so I figured I'd just do a little quick tour of the room. Kitty is hiding under the bed. Somewhere. Yeah, she's not coming out.
So we are approaching on our way to Hudson Bay, Saskatchewan. Not the actual Hudson Bay, the bay, just a town that has the same name. And we have driven into this smoke, it seems. Pretty weird. I thought it was dust, but from a long way away. But it seems like smoke. So maybe there's a fire nearby that we just have not been aware of because we've been listening to audiobook on and not the news.
It is getting thicker up ahead.
It is getting, yes, it is getting thicker up ahead. You can even, well, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but you can tell even just out the window up close. We haven't passed any emergency vehicles, and no emergency vehicles have passed us. Maybe we should find a news station.
Okay, we are in Hudson Bay, Saskatchewan, not the bay, the town, and the smoke is really thick. You can see the sun through the smoke there and how the Jeep is all orangey and stuff. There is a fire burning just over that way, a few kilometers outside of town. There was an alert for it that we got on our cell phones. But this is, they're still accepting people here at this municipal campground, so we're going to set up here for the night. And there's a bunch of other people camped here too. It is the long weekend. So the worst that would happen is if the fire doesn't behave properly is we would get, basically kicked out. But then, we're on the road towards Ontario anyway, so no biggie for us. But this is it's been a long enough drive for today, I think. There's a helicopter flying around over there too. I don't have them in frame right now, but the guy at the camp office also said their power went out just before we got there, and we had actually just gassed up at a local gas station, and they still had power then, so it must have been just a very recent thing. So yeah, very dynamic situations. Good times.
Woohoo!
Woohoo. Well, so far the trip's been pretty quiet, uneventful. We got out of BC okay, no problems, got across Alberta with no problems. This is exciting. I'm very excited by this. It's probably a stupid thing to be excited about, but I am.
Yes, considering we went this way to try and avoid excitement. Yeah, so the sun is a crazy, crazy color. Smoke is like super thick. It's nuts. But I was looking for a little bit of excitement, so hopefully this will serve the purpose. There's actually ash falling from the sky, kind of like what you see in those like volcano movies. Yeah, so you can even see how hazy it is just from here to the trees, which is probably about 150 feet away. Smoky. Okay, so we got our tents all set up in beautiful, smoky Hudson Bay, Saskatchewan. Just did a quick search for the Saskatchewan Public Safety Service, and turns out the town actually is under an evacuation alert, which is not an order. It just means to be prepared. The helicopters are still going. The fire seems to be about 25 kilometers north of town, so that would be that way to my right. It's a fair distance away, so not too bad. It's not windy, so I think we'll be good. I don't recommend anybody else doing this. Disclaimer, do not drive into a fire zone and set up camp. Since we are camping in a campground, I don't know if the town has their power back or not. Again, when we rolled in, the poor guy at the office there was a little freaked out because his power just went out. There's choppers flying. But yeah, we had some sandwiches, kitties just hanging out in the Jeep, just in case. I think we're going to keep her inside the Jeep tonight. Just in case anything happens, it'll be easier to tear down rather than trying to get her out of the tent and into the Jeep and all that fun stuff. So yeah, now it's just hanging out till it gets dark. Obviously, no campfires. There is a campfire ban. The ground is extremely dry. Like, the moss that I just picked up is basically turning to powder. It's so dry. So that's understandable. No campfires. That's okay. It's warm enough that you don't need them. If anything else cool happens, I'll let you know. Well, it's morning of day 5. The smoke's cleared a little bit. The helicopters are going again this morning. That's to be expected. Getting ready to tear down camp. Maybe see if we can find some coffee somewhere, because town is just like right there. And head on into Manitoba today. We are making really fast time compared to what we were expecting to take. I thought at this point we would still be like back in Alberta somewhere.
So we're cruising. Alright, teardown time. For those of you that didn't know, Cheryl is a grandmaster in the tent folding competition.
I like to fold things.
Just look at that skill. You can see the intense amounts of concentration required. It's very mentally demanding.
Tent folding should be an Olympic sport.
Just look at that form. Oh, this might be her greatest performance yet.
Oh, I failed.
Oh, and she botched it at the last minute.
Yep.
Oh, disqualification. Back on the road, heading towards Manitoba, and away from that big fire back by Hudson Bay. Not sure what the fire situation is going to be on the routes that we're taking. It seems to be a little more north of where we're going, so we should be okay. So off in the distance there, you can see the smoke is getting considerably thicker straight ahead on the highway. Looks almost like when we were rolling into Hudson Bay yesterday. We were driving along, it looked pretty clear, and then you could see it and you're just like, oh yeah, that's a big pile of smoke. So we'll see what's going on when we get closer to it. The smoke is getting thicker. You can really see it, even on camera. Okay, we've made it sorta kinda into, I guess, southern Manitoba-ish. Close enough. We just drove through a town called Minnedosa, and the smoke is considerably less, which is good. It's back to a lot of straight and flat. The area that we just came through, though, it was very hilly for what I pictured Manitoba to be. So it was interesting. We drove through a national park, and that was cool. We saw a bear. I did not get to film it because I was driving through the park. But it's still cool, we saw a bear.
Hey, bear.
Yeah. So now it's like 6:15. We're heading towards a town called Nivawa, and we're going to check out maybe a campground there, or if not there, then maybe the next town over. Straight and flat. Hey, dirt roads with 90 km/h speed limits.
In 500 meters, turn left.
Yeah, so the first campground that we went to outside of Nivawa was not accepting tents for some reason. So we are trying another campground.
Take the next left, then you'll arrive at your destination.
We'll see if we have any better luck. Success. We got a spot. Just a little bit west of Portage La Prairie. So we're about 100 and something kilometers away from Winnipeg. So I think we will make it into Ontario tomorrow. But it's a really nice evening. The smoke isn't too bad. And the sun. Cheryl says we're allowed to have a fire here too. Crazy. Huh. Yeah, we got this nice little treed spot. $20 a night. Well, I gotta say, if you're gonna move across the country, this is the way to do it. It's like a mini vacation. This is a really nice little spot. I really like the enclosed tree-ness. Very nice. Well, the smoke's back. We're on our way to Portage la Prairie. Gonna hunt down some coffee and continue on our way towards Ontario.
I was not a very good sleeper last night.
Sleeper? Look at this dust cloud.
Holy shit. Yes, I snored.
Oh yes, she did snore. I only got a couple hours sleep. I'm tired.
Yep.
Oh well.
I probably need one of those machines to go over my face, make me look like an alien.
And we're here.
Woohoo! Hey Mom, I wanna go back to Ontario. Hey Mom, I wanna go home.
We're in Ontario. There's a bear going to Tim Hortons in Kenora, Ontario. Do you think he'd get his coffee black? Okay, that was nuts. Cool.
At first I thought it was a dog, but then I was just like, no, that's not a dog. Yeah, Kitty, there's a bear. Right in the town.
We are getting very close to our destination. Not much excitement, which I guess is alright. Here's our exit.
We're here.
Well, we're on the home stretch.
Thank goodness.
Soon.
I do not want to drive for 24 hours again.
No. We made it. We are here.
Oh, there she is.
Here we are. Da-da-da. Great success.